Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to another live stream. How's everybody doing today? Turn down that music a bit. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. What's up? How's everybody doing today? Good morning or good day, depending on where you're from. Welcome to another live stream. Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope everybody's week is going well. Gonna give people just a minute or two to join first before we get into any information this morning. Good morning or good day, depending on where you're from. Hope your week is going well. Got ourselves a Wednesday here. Got a few announcements to go through after we say good morning to the community. After we go through the announcements, we'll watch price action for our session. Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope everybody's week is going well. Take a look, see who we have here today. Good morning, Saju. Good morning, Maya. Good morning, Yubong. Good morning, Caesar. Good morning, Nate. Good morning, Trader Kira. Good morning, Shala. Good morning, Luke. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Hazi. Good morning, Enrique. Good morning, Eni. Good morning, Tad. Good morning, Jugal. Good morning, Uturo. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's week is going well. Hope everybody's day is going well. Welcoming the community into the stream. We'll get into a couple announcements after that. Then we'll get over to price action. Good morning, OGT. Good morning, Edwin. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, FM. Good morning, June 30 Trades. Good morning, Vis. Good morning, Uday. Good morning, Emu. Good morning, Blaze. Good morning, Arjun. Good morning, Umar. Good morning, Bebe. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's week is going well. Hope everybody's day is going well. Chichamas, good morning. I'm not in a police interrogation room. I'm doing great, thank you. Thank you for the concern. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Livy. Good morning, Pablo. Good morning, Red. Good morning, Machado. Good morning, Bond. Good morning, Angelo. Good morning, Easy. Good morning, Hamza. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing so far? How's everybody's week going so far? Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope everybody's week is going well. Good morning, Mr. Gardner. How are you doing today? Good morning, Pierre. Herein, what's up? Ash, what's up? Hello, hello, hello. Just a quick couple announcements, and then we'll get into some analysis for the open. I'm going to hop over here on my Twitter page. First things first is a disclaimer. We need to understand that across all of my socials, the purpose of me doing this is to document my own trading journey. Okay? Understand that I'm just using these platforms to talk about my own experience, and I'm openly sharing that each day. So that's the only purpose of my documentation. Second announcement is that we have a giveaway going on right now for MyFundedFutures. If you go to this original tweet and follow the entry criteria, you could be entered into potentially winning one of these giveaways. That's the second announcement. The third announcement is that I'm traveling next week. Okay, so I will be on vacation. I will not be able to conduct next week's live streams. Okay, so we will be having a week off for both MyFundedFutures live streams and the YouTube live stream. All right. I'll still be in the Discord. I'll still be on Twitter, but I'll be traveling during that time, so I won't be live streaming. Okay. So just a quick couple announcements. One more time, I'll run it back. First things first is, this is not a signal service. It never was. Never have been. I've always mentioned, you know, being a independent thinker, taking complete ownership of your own business, developing this skill on your own. So please do take responsibility of your own work, take ownership of it, and I think you'll see better results in your executing because of it. So I'm just here to publicly document my own journey, and I'll continue to keep sharing for anybody else that gets value from it. The giveaway, go to the original tweet, make sure you complete the entry criteria, and then next week, again, I'll be on vacation, so no live streams next week. All right? So just a quick couple announcements. Want to make sure all the communities get the information. Okay. Next, we'll get over to the chart. Start our top-down analysis and get prepared for today. Get over to forexfactory.com. Got to take a look because of the red folders here. Okay, so 10 a.m. Be aware of volatility. 10 a.m. red folder. It's also non-farm payroll week. So you got to ask yourself, you got to be an independent thinker and make decisions for your own business in understanding whether you participate during non-farm payroll week or not. All right, a lot of people understand that I have built-in breaks. It's on purpose. There's certain times that I don't participate. You can see the pinned messages in the Discord to see that list of times. Having built-in breaks is very important for risk management, for mental and emotional control, clarity in your decision-making, time to work on your model and gathering more data. There's many other ways to work on this business than executing every single day. I don't believe every single day is a day to be day trading. So you can work on this business in many other ways than executing. You can be collecting data. You can still be gaining more experience. Still be gaining that conviction by participating in your business. Okay, so time's the most important element. We got to make sure that we understand the high impact news drivers during our session. That's why we got over here on the economic calendar. Next is getting over to the daily chart. Get an idea to move forward with today. That's all a bias is. Okay? It's just creating an idea so you understand what type of position you'll be looking for that day. For anybody that's in the Discord, they would have already seen the bias. Anybody that's been participating throughout the week, any of the other live streams, they would have seen the bias. We've been pointing to higher prices for this reason here. Daily bullish FVG. Providing support for price. Price is either rebalancing in imbalance or it's running to a level of liquidity. So it was very clear to start the week that we were bullish because we were finding support at the bullish fair value gap. For that reason, we were looking for higher prices to the external location there. Done a good job so far. Looking for that swing high to be the target. Still looking for that swing high to be the target. So we'll move forward with a bullish bias today as well. All right, so let's take a look. We're looking for longs this morning for this reasoning right here. The logic remains the same, and a move from internal to external. Then we go to our hourly chart to look for higher time frame points of interest. Look for any SMT or so SMT, cracks in correlation. See if ES took out this low as well. Okay, it looks like they both took out the low. Okay, still a higher time frame point of interest. Right, if I'm saying that I'm bullish, then I would want to look for longs below old swing lows or inside of bullish fair value gaps. We did take out a low here. Okay, but it doesn't look like it created the unicorn model, right? So notice how we did not take out the initial swing low, right? We put in a higher low. That's the reason why this would not be a breaker block. Okay, so that's not the unicorn model, but we took an hourly swing low. We are bullish. Does look like there are some equal highs here in terms of a target. So I like to see that we took out the higher time frame point of interest. And I like to see the equal highs. So those are good things in terms of being bullish. Okay. Whether we get a unicorn or not, we don't get to control price. We just get to analyze it and react to it. So it didn't give us the unicorn there. We can go look at NQ. Take a look at NQ to see if NQ gave the unicorn. No, it also put in a higher low. Okay, so that's what we have so far for this morning. I will be looking for higher prices. I am bullish. The other conversation I do have to have too is dating back to, I believe it was the beginning of April. I was talking about long-term positions. So anybody that referred to those analysis, any of those long-term positions, right? The place to be taking profits on them are either here or at all-time highs. Depending on your objective to that position, right? If that's something that you're looking to hold on for a lifetime, then there is no profit taking. If it was something that you were looking to swing to make a percentage gain on, then it's made a nice swing so far, right? Since the beginning of April until now. Okay, so either be satisfied with enough or understand that this is the target here, the overall target, new all-time highs. That's for the long-term positioning that we talked about back in the beginning of April. Go back to some of the beginning of the MyFundedFutures live streams. I believe that was the beginning conversation of the long-term positions. So now we got New York Open. We are bullish. We're looking for higher prices. See what New York Open has for us. As we're waiting and watching, if you want to ask any questions or comments, feel free to throw it in chat. See what Price wants to do at the open here. I'll hop back over to chat. If you're looking to participate with us here in chat, you have to be a subscriber to the channel. The chat is sub-only mode, so make sure you sub to the channel. Like the video. And I'll hop back over to chat now. So, good morning or good day. What's up, chat? If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw it in chat. We can go over any part of the trading business, any part of the analysis, any part of the announcements that were made in the beginning. Feel free to throw any type of questions or comments in chat. As of right now, I'm looking for the equal highs to be the target. Why are you not trading a 1-minute unicorn? First of all, the 1-minute chart keeps burning me. My worst performance occurs on the 1-minute chart. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, if you're talking about, I don't see a unicorn in here. I explained earlier why this is not a unicorn. These are higher lows. So unless it's on NQ, then there is no unicorn here. Yeah, see, so I wouldn't agree with there being a 1-minute unicorn. The performance on the 1-minute chart has not been good, so I'm going to go back to finding some discipline in the 5-minute chart. Ash, how much your win rate in May month? I have to go back and look at my results. I'm trying to focus on New York Open at the moment. I could go over to the statistics after this. We got to focus on live price right now. Equal highs is the target currently, so we'll see what happens with that. Right now, there was no 5-minute unicorn to take advantage of that information. Higher time frame point of interest is an hourly swing low, like I marked right here. So we'll see if price wants to keep continuing higher. Like it wants to reach for the equal highs. We break above that. Do we see that as a 15-minute unicorn? It did take out a low. Right, so yeah, it would be a 15-minute. Right, you have a swing low. Have a swing high. Have a new low. That would be a new high. And it took out a higher time frame point of interest. So yeah, I would agree with that. Hey, good morning, Mike. Hope your day is going well. Can FVG or any other PD array be used as points of interest? You can choose whatever PD arrays you want to use. There's lots of them out there. I choose to only use swing lows, swing highs, and FVGs. In my opinion, less is more. Trying to use hundreds of different concepts is just going to make you feel like you have information overload. So I don't use lots of different concepts. Just pick one or two and move forward with that. Can you show the 1 hour POI on the hourly chart? Yeah, it's the hourly swing low. Right? Swing low. Taken out. There. Hourly swing low. Hey, good morning, Kelvin. Hope your day is going well. My day is going well. Thanks for asking. Have I ever traded Asia Open before? Yes. I've done almost everything in my trading career at this point. Whether it's trying Asia Open, trying London Open, trying New York Open, trying PM session. I've tried options. I've tried crypto. I've tried prop firms. There really isn't anything that I haven't tried yet to this point. I have the same exact experience as everybody else. It's a natural trader's experience to be over trading, revenge trading, oversizing, trying crypto, trying options, basically trying everything you can get until you figure it out. That's the definition of trading. So you just got to keep trying. You got to fail forward. You have to learn from every single experience and never stop learning, what it comes down to. So I'm a trader just like everybody else here. That's why I continue to keep showing up and documenting my experiences so that I have record of all of the thoughts and logic that I put into my decision making. I live stream as much as I can, so everything could be recorded. That way I could go back and watch the recordings and learn from any mistakes that were made. The target worked out well here. We got the equal highs, so very good job pointing out the draw on liquidity. NQ's going higher as well. I'm definitely not touching this. Like, yes, I agree with this being a breaker, right? We took out an hourly swing low, so we have a higher time frame point of interest. We are bullish, so we are looking for longs, but look at this range. I'm not taking the entire range as my risk, right? Like, if this is the breaker here, okay, like, I'm not, this is, no, too much risk. This is not worth the risk, right? Right, you're supposed to enter at the beginning of the breaker. You're supposed to have a stop at the low. For that reason, I wouldn't even consider taking that. In terms of technically, is it a breaker? Yes, it is a breaker, right? It has a swing low, it has a swing high, it has a new low, and now it's making a new high. Okay, so bias is correct. We're getting the move higher. We'll see if we can make it to the daily target. I'm not willing to take that risk. Okay, so looks like price is moving nicely towards it. We'll see if we can get the second target as well. So the equal highs were the first one. The second one will be the daily. Here it is on ES daily over here. Going to it real quick. second target on ES here. See if move to that location. Very good job on bias, nonetheless. Unfortunate for all the perma bears. Anybody that, you know, thought that we were hopping into a recession, like they wanted to scream across all the socials and all the platforms, all the people saying we're going back to COVID lows. This market has always gone higher, and we're continuing to see that. If we, you know, we get new all-time highs once again, I don't know what to say to those perma bears. So it is what it is. Hop back over to chat again, see where we're at. First target hit so far on the day. We'll see if we can go to the second target. Hop back over to chat, see how everybody else. You love the unicorn so much? Yes, I am definitely in love with the unicorn. As you can tell from prior couple years worth of documentation. Yeah. Good morning, payout. Oh, excuse me. Take a sip of water. Try that again. Good morning. Payout day due from the live account. Yep, I took a payout on the live account. Posted a certificate for that afterwards. The live account on MyFundedFutures has started off very well. So definitely payout day. Morning, Ash. On the hourly time frame, NQ took out 1500 candle while ES did not. Would you consider that SMT, or does it have to be a swing point? No, it does not have to be a swing point, but let's take a look at what you're talking about. 1500 candle. That back here. Probably talking about this one. It does not have to be a swing point. 1500 candle. Yeah, so that is bullish SMT. Yes, it is. It does not have to be a swing point. That is bullish SMT. A crack in correlation, showing that there's strength in the marketplace. Very good job. Hail forward. Yep. That's what you have to do every single day if you even want to achieve any type of goals. You have to understand that failing is a part of the process. You have to understand that failing is going to be the best learning opportunity. So never let anybody's opinion hold you back from doing that. Never let anybody's actions hold you back from doing that. Focus on working hard every single chance you get. Focus on completing the justifications to your actions at a very consistent basis, and you will get to those goals that you're looking for. Since you've tried all and only sticking to New York Open, can we trade Asia, London, New York Open, or Asia or London are low probabilities? You can trade whenever you want to trade. The market futures is literally open 23 hours of the day. You could trade whenever you feel like trading. Purpose of choosing a certain time to trade is to have boundaries and when a trade occurs and when a trade does not occur. In terms of risk management, no, I don't think you should be trading 23 hours a day. You should pick a specific time window in which you execute so that other portions of the day you can handle other businesses, work on health, be with family. You should not only be trading all day long. So pick a time window, stick to it. That way you can understand what is and is not a trade. Hello, Ash and everyone. Not been around for a while. Welcome back. Glad to see you again. The stop could be the breaker. If you want less risk, yes, it could be. They're referring to this 15-minute that we pointed out earlier. And I was telling you that I will not be touching this because of the amount of risk, right? I usually put my stop loss at the swing low. This is a very large risk compared to the reward. Front ran it and took it to the first target on 5 accounts. I love to hear that for you, Zicky. Hopefully that means you're green on the day. Does that mean you're green? How are you, sir? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. May met, Aaron. I hope your day is going well. How are you doing today? You're only trading euro. What's the pair for matching SMT? You can use GU. Okay. EU and GU can be used for SMT. Morning, Ash, longtime follower, and I hope I didn't overstep when I commented on your hindsight person, but I appreciate your strict adherence to risk management and continuing to show for education. Everybody's allowed to share their own opinions. I greatly appreciate interacting with everybody. It doesn't matter whether we have the same opinions or different opinions. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions. I appreciate sharing information, sharing experiences, and trying to learn with everybody else. So always feel free to contact with me, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, the whole nine. I'm just looking to learn and work every single chance I can get. So whether we have the same opinions or not, that's what I will be doing. Hopefully other like-minded professionals want to show up and work and learn the same way. What about Dixie for SMT with EU? You can do that, but you have to understand that Dixie is inversely correlated to EU. Inversely correlated to EU. Dixie and EU are inversely correlated, so make sure you use the SMT accordingly. I've passed and gotten multiple payouts. Congratulations. Very good job, Mountain Dude. Very good job. This is a valid uni on ES, pointing to a 15-minute one right here. No, it did not close above the breaker, so I would not confirm that this is a breaker yet. Was pointing to a 15-minute one, but it has not been confirmed yet. Either way, I'm bullish. I'm looking for higher prices. NQ also did not confirm the 15-minute. Either way, first target has been hit. Equal highs. First target. Second target is up here. Get some bullish continue. No, the breaker is not confirmed because the candle did not close above it. Ash, how can I see your live stream at MyFundedTV? I also live stream at 10:30 to 11:30 on MyFundedTV. That's on MyFundedFutures YouTube channel. Going back to my announcements at the beginning of the stream, I'm not streaming next week because I'm going on vacation. Okay, so I will be going back to my regular schedule right after my vacation. Just know that next week I'm only going to be here via text across Twitter, Instagram, Discord. I'll only be available during text for next week. Today I will be over on MyFundedTV at 10:30 to 11:30. So up until Friday. Take next week off, and then after that, I'll come back to my regular schedule. Forest green. That sounds like deep green. Let's go, Zicky. Love to hear that. Love to hear that you're green. Very good job. We can trade 1 minute to 15-minute time frame using the unicorn, so scalping is a good choice. You need to collect the data whether you're capable of executing on the 1 minute chart. Okay. Yes, you can use the model as a scalping model. Yes, you can use it for the 1 minute to 15-minute time frame alignment, but you have to understand what you're good at executing. Right? I've been trying to execute on the 1 minute chart. And my results on the 1 minute chart are way worse than the 5 minute chart. Okay, everybody is unique to their own experience, so you're not going to have the same data as I do. So just go collect the data first to see if you're good at operating. When using an FEG as a higher time frame point of interest, doesn't matter how many times the FEG has been tested. It doesn't matter, but you want to see it being used during the first time, right? Like if it's already been completely rebalanced, then price doesn't need to rebalance anything. If it's currently rebalancing it and it takes multiple candles within the FEG to rebalance it, that's okay. Great to see your face. Wish I could see your face as well, Pete. Got the MyFunded TV has the live stream recording. It has the camera, so we needed to get a camera and we started to do it ourselves. Good morning, Ash. Could you explain what a continuation unicorn is? Thank you. Here's a continuation unicorn. Since we are bullish today, we'll be looking at a bullish scenario. Okay, ready? First things first is you always want to see equal highs as a target, right? We're talking about equal highs because we're talking about a bullish scenario. Okay. Second thing is you want to see a clear move into a higher time frame level. Okay, this should be higher time frame point of interest. Mark out the equal highs. Okay, you also want to see this happen during your session. So that's the next thing, is that I'd like to see this happen at New York Open. Okay. This is what a reversal is. You can see that it's a reversal because the stop hunt is on the left side. Okay, this is the left side of the curve. The right side of the curve has not happened yet. Okay, here comes the right side of the curve. All right, so just remember that this one's a reversal here. You see this? Because it's reversing and it's moving into a different trend, right? We were moving lower. This is the location it started moving higher. That's why it's a reversal. Now, a continuation is a continuation because we're already moving in that direction, right? So now here comes the continuation. Ready? Same exact thing, right? You still need a swing low, a swing high, a new low, then a new high, right? You still need a breaker block plus an FEG for it to be a unicorn. The only difference is that we're already moving in this direction. That's why it's called continuation, continuing the current trend. And you can see that it's continuing the current trend because the stop hunt is on the right side of the curve. Okay, not the left side. Okay, when we run below a swing low, that's what a stop hunt is. Right, this is the stop hunt right here. This is the stop hunt right here. This would be a continuation breaker. This is a reversal breaker. That's the difference between continuation. Very good question. Did I sell the piano? Yeah, the piano is sold. We went on Facebook Marketplace and put it up for 25 cents. Hey, Ash, how are you doing today? I'm doing well, Raphael. How are you doing today? Appreciate you asking. May I ask you if there's news drivers, if the news drivers make the price go lower and after that we got a unicorn, is it still valid? I'm asking because I was also looking for those highs. If a unicorn appears, right? A unicorn is simply a breaker block plus an FEG. The news has nothing to do with that. A valid unicorn, right? If you're talking about a long position, is a swing low, swing high, a new low, then a new high. Breaker is the highest up close candle before the leg down that took liquidity. So you'll always find it here in between the initial low to an initial swing high. and then you want to see an FVG aligned with it. That's what a unicorn is. Whether the news happens or not, that has nothing to do with the fact that this is a unicorn, right? No matter where it occurs or when it occurs, a unicorn is simply a breaker plus an FVG. So whether the news makes price go lower or not doesn't matter. This is what a unicorn is. If this appears, this is a unicorn. Hi, Ash. Please, would you take a trade if 9:30 presented one without waiting for the 10 a.m. news? That's the exact mistake I made yesterday. I had a loss yesterday because I executed right before the news. So that's documented in the premium group. I went over all of my mistakes. I even then documented it on MyFunded TV as well. I also went over the mistakes there as well. So if you want to look at yesterday's mistake, just watch yesterday's recording. For that reason, I'm getting back to my discipline in the fact that I always look to execute after the news. That's what I always stuck to. A quick lapse in judgment caused an error, and I had a loss yesterday because of it. So we'll go right back to our discipline, and we'll look to execute after the news. Am I able to play the piano? No, I mean, I guess physically, yeah, I can run my hand over the keyboard, but I do not know how to, no. When and why do we take pre-market trades? I don't think there's a why. I think you decide the time that you want to trade that day. It has to deal with your hunting hours, right? If you say that you only execute from 9:30 to 12, there would be no reason for you to execute during pre-market because you made rules for yourself to execute from 9:30 to 12. So choose the times that you want to execute. Okay? Move forward with that. Yes, I understand. I'm asking because price already took out those equal highs. Yeah, if price doesn't have something to reach for, then it makes it lower probability. So you need to be able to analyze that in when determining if you want to take a position or not. If the equal highs were your target, right? These equal highs that I was pointing to earlier was my target. Now that they've been taken out, price doesn't need to go to these equal highs anymore. So if you found another bullish unicorn, that's when you ask yourself, is it clear enough? Is there enough logic to actually take risk on this position? If we don't have equal highs, and that makes you think it's not worth taking the position, then don't take the position. Ash, can you explain your bias and why you don't use the 4-hour chart? I use the daily chart to get my bias. My current bias is bullish because price bounced off of a daily bullish FVG right here. Since we bounced off that daily bullish FVG, I've been targeting the swing high as my target. So that means bullish bias to the swing high. This is what I'm looking for. And that's the reason why I'm looking for it. The reason why I don't use the 4-hour chart is because less is more. I don't want 20 different charts because that's just going to cause information overload. I just want to use 2 or 3 charts. I use the daily, the hourly, the 5-minute. Okay. Daily is my bias. Hourly is the higher time frame point of interest. 5 minutes the entry function. I don't want to be using hundreds of different charts. And that is the reason why I'm bullish. Thanks. This just clarified if a higher time frame POI was needed for continuations. Yeah, you should still use a higher time frame point of interest for continuations. The model doesn't change, right? Even right now, right? This would be a continuation pattern, right? The reversal was here. Here's the reversal, the change in the state of delivery. After that occurred, we've been moving higher ever since. And while we're moving higher, you still get these. See, here's an hourly swing low. Okay. So this was a good location too long. And notice the time here during New York Open. Same thing here, right? You get hourly swing low, swept out. Another change in the state of delivery here. Another good chance to long, right? So these are continuation opportunities where you still need a higher time frame point of interest. Here you go here, right? Dipped into an hourly FEG. Here you go here, taking out an hourly swing low, right? So executing your ideas from higher time frame levels is very important, whether you're dealing with reversals or continuations. When you're bullish, you want to be executing below hourly swing lows or inside bullish FEGs. All right, look at these hourly swing lows here. FEG here, hourly swing low here. No matter what, you still want to be executing from a higher time frame level. Am I missing the bias? We're bullish. I explained why we were bullish maybe 3 or 4 times already today. So we have another 10 minutes before I'm going to wrap up the stream. I do have the MyFundedFutures live stream at 10:30. So I'll look to wrap up this stream around 10:15. That way I can have a couple minutes to get some more water, maybe a snack before the second stream. As of right now, nothing has changed. Still bullish. Still looking for this here. Getting the 10 a.m. news occurring right now. So we'll see what news does to price. But this is my second target today. The first target was the equal highs right here, which have already been taken out. So first target's been completed. Currently waiting. See if we move to the second target. We just got our high impact news driver. Let's see what that does to price. Hop over to NQ as well. See what that did to NQ. Just a friendly reminder. I'm going to recap the beginning of the stream for people that were not here during that time. I need to say this across all my social media so that everybody is under the same understanding. The only reason why I share my experience is to have a form of documentation. Okay, I'm just looking to trade. I'm sharing my trading journey with everybody else. That is the only purpose of it across all of my social media platforms. We have a giveaway going on MyFundedFutures right now. So go to this original tweet right here from June 2nd. Complete the entry criteria if you want to join that giveaway. And lastly, again, I'm going on vacation next week, so there will be no live streams next week. But I will go back to my regular schedule once I get back from my vacation. Just a quick recap from the announcements this morning. What's the best way to determine bias when price displaces through ERL or closes through IRL? That's how you know bias is invalidated, right? Price displaces through an FEG, then I would not have that bias, right? For example, if price, right? Look at this bearish FEG. I know I'm on a 5-minute, so you can just relate this to a daily chart. Price is fractal, okay? If price displaces through an FEG, right? Notice how we create a bullish FEG as we're going through the bearish one. I would not be bearish during this time. You see price displacing through an area that creates a bias. Look for continuation. Don't try to change your bias. Very good question. Once again, feel free to throw any question or comments in chat. We're just going over questions and comments as we're waiting. Right now, I have not seen any bullish unicorns. We had a bullish bias this morning. Our first target of equal highs have been taken out. Waiting to see. We'll move to the next target. Do me a favor while you're at it. like the stream, sub to the channel, turn the notifications on. That way you can be alerted for when we drop any educational content or when we go live again. When using swing points as a higher time frame point of interest, how far do you usually let price go below it or above it before disregarding them? There's no measurement for that. There's no measurement for that. I don't say, oh, it only went 5 points above it, or it went 100 points above it. I don't measure that. That sounds like information over. Just simply point to a higher time frame point of interest. Look to see what happens there. That's about it. The more, put it this way, if you had a list of like 40 different criteria to finally make a trade, it's going to be so much harder to take a trade than if you only had 2 criteria, right? It's going to be much easier to confirm 2 criteria versus 40. So less is more. Don't fall into information overload. Ash, the minus FEG from February 24th on the far left of the curve, would you consider it or just focus on the latest information? Guessing you're talking about the daily chart? Right, yeah, so you must be referring to the daily chart. This is much older than current information. So I'm more interested in the most recent information. This is what I'm focusing on over here. This bullish FEG is much more recent than this bearish FEG over here. I use the most recent information. Yeah, price has definitely stopped here. I agree with that. You still have this other FEG here as well. So there's still more to rebalance. I do agree with what you're saying. I just personally have made the choice to focus on more recent information. Appreciate all the responses tonight. Midnight here in Australia. Oh, wow. You got to get some rest, brother. Yeah, always feel free to ask me any questions. Gladly willing to share any information with you. Great questions. I appreciate all of the information. It definitely provides a lot of value for everybody here watching as well. Hope you have a nice night. Do you use 15-minute or 4-hour? I really try to focus on the daily as my bias, the hourly as my higher time frame points of interest, the 5-minute as my entry fund. Less is more. I don't want to be using a lot of different time frames. Quality over quantity. On top of my data backing those results. 1-minute chart remains to be my worst performing chart. So I need to get off the 1-minute chart. All right, so looks like news sent price lower. A very good job on getting that first target of the day. Change directions after that. So we'll see if they want to continue lower or not. Happy to see that we got New York open correct after the first target was completed. Now we're seeing a sell-off. We'll see if they want to run below the lows, and then we'll reanalyze there. When we do that, we'll be analyzing over on MyFundedFutures live stream. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream so I can go get a new cup of water and a quick snack before the second live stream. I'm live 10:30 to 11:30 on MyFundedFutures YouTube channel. So if you want to meet over there, we can continue the conversation. As of right now, no positions for me today. I'll continue to keep watching. We can continue this conversation over there. Really appreciate everybody coming today. Hopefully you got to hear the announcements. Take a look for that giveaway. I'm going to be announcing the winner on Friday. Okay, and remember next week's schedule as well. All right. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for another great morning. I will see you over on the MyFundedFutures live stream. Have a nice day, everyone.